Hi, it's Dr. Darnese, and welcome back into my salon, our salon, really. I wanted to come on and make a video about the season of no and what that can mean in your life. We've probably all been through this, especially those of us who are over 40, over 50. You've seen some times in your life where no matter what you do, there seems to be challenges against you. Now, before I get into that, I want to say, I like to have this channel be for and about Black women and the issues that concern us. And so I just want to give a little reminder that this is, my intention is really to help us focus on the things we want, right? Focus on achieving the things we want, focus on identifying the things we want, because sometimes we don't know. We've been so busy overgiving and overdoing for other people for so long, we don't even know what we want anymore. So I created this space on YouTube to be about that, helping us realign, identify and realign with what we want and how to get there. So, so it may sound kind of odd, like, okay, well, then why are you talking about a season of no? That sounds like when I can't have what I want. And I want to talk about that because it's often a a thing that comes upon us, right? A season in life that happens or set of circumstances that happen. And it can make us feel really bad about ourselves, right? Like, oh, things are not moving in the way I want. If it's in your career, if it's in your personal life, whatever it is, it may seem to you like no matter what I try, I can't, find a new job. I can't find a job that is fitting for me. I can't find my true love in life. I've been looking all my life and seems like I can never find that person. And, I want to say, or it could be a goal. It could be something like you've been trying to lose the same amount of weight. You've been trying to do something for a long period of time, and it just seems like you're thwarted or you just don't know what else you can do. Is the answer just plainly no? And so I wanted to come on and talk about it because, sometimes we can get really down on ourselves when we think that maybe it's only us or some type of personal failing. And so what I wanted to say is like a season of no is when you're trying something, you're trying to make a shift in your life, and you just seem to confront several closed doors. And, to be transparent, this was happening to me in some surprising ways. I was looking to make some shifts, and it was like the outer world wasn't really shifting with me. Doors were not opening. And I was like, what is going on? Right. And so I was reminded, like, these are the seasons. The season of no is not forever. The season of no is a season in life. And then they will repeat. Like you might think, oh, right, when I was in my 20s or 30s, I seemed to have a difficult time doing so and something. And then it got better, right? And that's the thing about being of a certain age, right? Over 40, over 50, is because you can look back at your life and say, I've kind of been here before. I've seen this happen before. And then what happened was, right? And so that's what I want to remind us about. Remember last time you felt like, oh, I don't know if things are going to work out at all. I don't know how it's going to go. And it did, right? And I call that the magic because you can't really make it happen. You can't force it to happen. But somehow or another, things kind of level out and they move again, right? And things start to move smoothly. Doors start to open. You meet people, whatever it is you were wanting to happen starts to happen. Your personal goals, you start meeting like minded people. You start doing things that, like, oh, I've been looking for this for a year. How come I had such a hard time finding it? Because the season of no is designed to make us go within. I mean, that's really what it is. It's time to do introspection. It's time for like, the universe grants you this time, right? It can feel very scary because it's there's so much uncertainty, especially if it's around, something to do with your job and money, right? Then you're like, this. But if you think about it, you are asked to go within and think about, okay, well, if nothing is happening, if nothing is moving forward in the direction that I would normally go, that I used to go, maybe it's time for me to do a self evaluation and say, do I really even want to do that anymore? Is that for me anymore? And it's the decade of the 40s and the 50s where we start really reevaluating who we are and what we want for ourselves. So it's common, right? People call it a midlife crisis, right? It's common to have to do some reevaluation. And, as much as we say we want things to change, when things start changing, we often don't really want them to change because it's uncomfortable. And so we get these experiences. We get a season of no where nothing that we're accustomed to is happening in the way that we're accustomed to. So it means that you have to stop and look around. You have to stop and think, hmm, is this even in alignment with me anymore? Do I even want? I've been pushing really hard to get this promotion or to stay in this company. There's so much downsizing happening. There's so much so-called redundancy, and people are losing their jobs, and they've built up a career in a certain industry, and things are shifting, right? So here's a time to think about: am I really connected to that anymore? Maybe I should take this time and really focus on what I actually want. Maybe this is the time for me to do some journaling. Maybe this is the time to really sink into my meditation practice, my prayer practice. Maybe it's the time for me to, finally take up that exercise program, to join the gym or join, whatever fitness type of fitness you want, because you've suddenly got time, right? You've suddenly got something on your hands, right? It's not what you want, it's not what you thought you wanted, but because you're in the season of no in terms of getting what you wanted when you want it, you're in like a holding space, you're in a liminal space, like a not quite there space, right? It's a pattern of it's like a holding, like I'm not there, but I'm not going, I'm not moving. And so what could this be about? Well, what it's about is you now have the opportunity to think about, what do I really want? And so for myself, I had to think, well, how much more do I really want to be a college professor? Is that really what I want? I've been that for 20 plus years. Is that what I want anymore? Because I was knocking on those doors, knocking on academia doors. And, those were not really opening. Plus, my field is African American religion, African American history. So you already know how that is like in the crosshairs because of the person in the White House right now and an anti-DEI kind of program rolling out. And, people who need African American history the most are resisting it the most, right? So anyway, it presented some obstacles and some closed doors. And so I was already thinking like, maybe I'm really a semi-retired college professor. I still got some things in me that I want to do, and there's lots of things that I'm doing. But in terms of knocking on that particular door, maybe I don't even want it anymore. And you know what? I came to find out I don't want it like I had it before. I actually don't. I joke and say I don't want to spend my time talking to 19-year-olds. I kind of don't, right? And so I was put in the position of having time on my hands, at least more time than usual, to think about, what do I want next? And so I'm writing my next book. I'm writing the fiction that I've been wanting to write for decades. I've written academic books. I've written my self-help book. You can find all these on Amazon. Um, but now I'm working on my creativity, my creative projects. Mhm. And before I thought, well, I don't really have time and all of this. So I decided to really dive deep into it. And so on this channel, I'm going to be sharing more of my creative process. You've probably been able to see already. I've been posting some videos rather sporadically, not exactly regularly, but sporadically about the creative process, because what I want to do is encourage us, especially as Black women, to dive into our creativity, to really think about what we want in our season of rest, in our season of not working so hard, of not pushing so hard, right? If that door is not open, don't figure out how you're going to kick it down, right? Reevaluate and say, is that even my door? Right? We were raised in such a way where it's like, okay, you have to like be hard, be tough. If there's a closed door, you just bang on that door until they open it. And now we're in a period where we're like, you know what, I've done that, and I'm kind of tired, right? And I have the wisdom to say, this may be closed for a reason. And maybe I should take note that this closed door is meaningful. And so, what I'm going to do is take the time to do self awareness. So, your season of no is not for the rest of your life, it's just a temporary space. And once you get yourself in alignment and really not resist it, right? Oftentimes we resist it because we think, I should be doing something else. I should be doing something else. Oh my God. And we panic, we have fear, we have doubt, we doubt ourselves, we doubt our abilities. And all of that just kind of like stops the process. It's like we can't even learn from it. We can't move forward in it. We're stuck, right? So, my suggestion to you is to really accept that, oh, this is a temporary season of no, which means I can say yes to myself because I really want to do this self awareness and find out where I really want to be next so that I'm actually knocking on doors that I want to open. If you lost your job, if you lost a relationship, do you really want to knock on that same door or are you just accustomed to it? Ask yourself that. And then I'm reminded of Iyanla Van Zant wrote a book back in the day, I think in the 90s, called Value in the Valley. Um, And I remember, she's written so many books. And I remember when I read it that I thought this was one of her best books. And I would say Value in the Valley and her more recent book, Peace from Broken Pieces. It's not new, but more recent, Peace from Broken Pieces. And those were really, really helpful to me because it talked about those times when you're like, you feel like you're stuck in the valley, right? But she's showing in that book there's value in the valley if you'll take the time to really be self aware and figure out, allow yourself to be guided as far as what comes next. And Peace from Broken Pieces was, her story about, many of the difficult things that she'd overcome in her life since she was a child. And so, even though pieces can seem broken in a moment or in a period of time, keep on living, and you end up getting peace from it, PEACE, right, from the broken pieces. So I just want to come on and give us a little bit of encouragement and say, again, this is a channel for our uplift. This is a channel so we can focus on the direction we want to go. There's so much negativity out there. We don't need to be focused on that. There's plenty of channels who just traffic and all the things that are wrong with Black women. So here is the space where we talk about uplifting Black women, supporting Black women. We are the blueprint, remember. Always remember we're the blueprint, no matter who says what. We just are. And we should focus on what we want in our lives right now. So I hope you find it encouraging and that you will like and share the videos. And yeah, keep coming back for more. And that's it. I'll be back next time. Bye for now.